All right, here we go. Whoa. This is what I've been wanting, so let's go. Oh my God. Holy, did he just type this up? Oh wait, no. Okay, I thought he did. Okay. Whew. A fun game of market manipulation, yeah. What I miss about Marketplace during the ad? Okay, so I'm gonna say this one more time and we're gonna read this. Iron Mace took away our per character market slots. So we have 10 market slots. And you have to pay money to temporarily get 10 more for the season. And if you want it next season, you gotta pay again to double your market slots. We went from 100 down to 10, and now you gotta pay to go to 20. The market thing isn't a pay to win thing, it's a smack in the face to us. It's literally pay to win. Creating a problem and selling a solution, real and true. All right, Sir Rodian, I don't know who that is. A list of questions reflecting voice the community. General questions. Recently, we've welcomed many new players to our community who aren't yet familiar with your role in the project. Could you briefly share your responsibilities in the company, your involvement? I am the co-founder of Iron Mace alongside Terry and currently serve as the executive director. This is SDF. Executive director of the company and the Dark and Darker project. I take on the roles of director, creative director, and project manager. Unfortunately, we do not have a dedicated player or class development team, so I manage these areas together with my sub-director. I also hold final approval authority over all deliverables to ensure the development process is efficient and headed in the right direction. So he is basically the god of the game. He signs off on everything. Terry is the CEO of Iron Mace, executive producer, Dark and Darker, serves as the lead system designer. We make most major decisions about the company and the game together, and nothing gets implemented without either of our approvals. Explaining Dark and Darker to new players can be challenging. We often need compared to other games. Frequent comparison to Escape from Tarkov. Blended with D&D style class system. How would you describe your project? What kind of gameplay loop are you aiming to build? I have not played Tarkov extensively. I have. Although I deeply respect the game and have certainly drawn inspiration from it. However, the game that influenced me the most is Ultima Online. I've never played Ultima Online. What struck me about Tarkov is how players naturally accept the concept of full loot in FPS settings, something that reminded me of players embrace full loot mechanics in Ultima Online. I've never played Ultima Online. Ultima Online is the most important multiplayer game ever created. Gotcha. I'm a big fan of MMORPGs like Ultima Online, World of Warcraft. I also play countless FPS games to Doom, Hexen, Quake, Delta Force, Counter-Strike, Pirates, Vikings and Knights 2, Ziggurat, Overwatch, PUBG, Immortal, Redneck. Never heard of that one. Project Warlock, Mordhau, and Proteus. Those experiences, Tarkov gave me confidence in medieval fantasy FPS dreams I have from Hexen. By the way, I played Hexen when I was a kid. That game was cool. Could merge the full loot gameplay system that I love from Ultima Online. Ultimately, this game is born from my deep desire, from my personal experiences as someone who grew up with Dungeons & Dragons, Ultima Online. I get it. Bring medieval fantasy to life through the lens of first-person shooter. Overwatch. I mean, I'm surprising he never mentioned Kingsfield. Overwatch in particular gave me the assurance that the concept of class-based gameplay could work even within the FPS genre. Ooh, that's why this game feels like a hero shooter. I say that all the time, that this game doesn't feel like an RPG, it feels like a hero shooter. That might be the reason. So to me, this game isn't just a genre title, it's a collection of dreams. Initially, we explained it simply as a medieval fantasy extraction game to help others understand, but internally, we now refer to it as to a FPS medieval fantasy simulator. Fantasy simulator. I thought that was a joke. All right. Fantasy simulator, okay. So when does the Lord come down from his castle and kill me for looking at his daughter or his wife? You know what I'm talking about? When do I get like dysentery? The game's an FPS now. Yeah, it's not an RPG anymore. Next wipe, gotcha. After exploring many genre combinations, we realized that the strict genre definitions aren't that important to us anymore. When do I die of the plague? Every time you see a warlock. Of course, we're always open to new ideas and feedback, and our thoughts may evolve. This is where we stand as of now. Core gameplay loop we aim for is to offer players the experience of living as an adventure in the medieval fantasy world. Right now, that mostly revolves around combat through extraction-based gameplay. In the future, we plan to expand social and community features through content like the Gathering Hall. So I said this before, when I was playing Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov is more of an RPG than Dark and Darker right now. If you played Escape from Tarkov, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are also looking into personal housing, guild halls, other systems to help players feel more immersed, allow them to enjoy medieval fantasy life together with others. I just want a skill tree. Can we get skill tree and quivers and backpacks in the game? I really want the torch skin. Just buy it, man. I'm not gonna hate you for buying it, but I don't like the idea of the pay to win thing. Like I'm probably gonna buy it. Let's be real. I'm a Dark and Darker content creator. If I don't buy it, I'm not getting the torch skin. I'm not getting the torch skin, and I can't talk about it. Like it is what it is. Like you can call me shit if you want. Next on is copyrighted skill trees, lol. All right. Let's move on. To me, PvE and PvP are just parts of the greater medieval fantasy life. What matters most is What kind of life players choose to live in this world? What stories they create along their way? Many players express concern regarding your ongoing lawsuit with Nexon. The community is troubled by the uncertainty of the situation and conflicting reports circulating in media outlets. Can you please provide clarification on what potential outcomes players should anticipate, your assessment of how the situation may develop? The legal dispute with Nexon revolves around 3 major issues: copyright, unfair competition, and trade secret misappropriation. I might lose my voice from this. I paid €9 for my stash of real gems get wiped out based. Real and true. In a recent ruling, the court confirmed there's no issue regarding copyright and unfair competition. Clearly recognized that P3 and Darker Darker are fundamentally different games. This ruling legally affirms our game's independence and creativity. I want to reiterate that the court recognized there's no actual trade secret materials, so no actual memos, documents, images, or data was used by us. The court considered that I may have misused trade secrets information because, as I said, I may have remembered and reused the memories of abstract early stage planning concepts from P3 while I was employed at Nexon. Despite the lack of any concrete evidence, these so-called plans are not even technical materials or implementation details, but extremely generic ideals such as there should be a ranking system players should be able to trade, there should be an escape mechanic. At most, those plans simply included screenshots from other games for internal reference, nothing the community reasonably considered proprietary or secret. So I heard them talk about this on the podcast, and I agree this court ruling is total bullshit. Absolutely, 100%. Like, absolutely 100%. You can't copyright someone's memory. I think this is a result of the corrupt Korean court system, from what I hear, from what I've been told. Basically, big companies own the courts in Korea, and I mean, RMAs got screwed because they had less money than the people that are suing them. The key questions we're raising here: can such a generalized game design concept be considered trade secrets? We already heard this on the podcast. I think I'm gonna breeze over this before I lose my voice and move on to the stuff that most people want to hear about. 2 games are fundamentally different. Remember to be used. I don't know where everybody stands on this. I don't think his memory should be copyrighted. We believe that judging trade secret violations purely based on memory's general concepts sets a dangerous precedent for the entire gaming industry. It absolutely does. Furthermore, Nexon will claim all these ideas were theirs. Yet my personal OneNote cloud account contains identical ideas from as early as 2017, clearly organized before my time at Nexon. This notebook served as a personal space to organize my creative ideas, and it shows that many of these concepts were already in my head long before joining Nexon. Yeah, they should not have ignored this evidence then in the court case. That's sad. We were the director and designer of the project that Nexon claims is a trade secret. We established RMAs after determining we could not develop the game in the direction we wanted. Nexon voluntarily discontinued the project after we left, and the court ruled that the project Nexon halted and our game Darker Darker are fundamentally different. The ideas Nexon claims as trade secrets, such as PvP, PvE, classes, skeletons, dungeons, torches, escape, are concepts anyone could think of. Absolutely. There's a million extraction games with skeletons, dungeons, and torches and escape, and none of them got sued by Nexon. These are neither created by us nor exclusive to Nexon. We are confident that in the appeal trial we can prove unfairness. Nexon's vague assertion that we infringed on their trade secrets simply because we have experience developing games in similar genre to at Nexon. Am I talking too fast for you guys? Sorry, I'm trying to get through this so we can talk about the other stuff. The most difficult part of this ordeal has been Nexon's influence over the Korean media ecosystem through its massive capital power. Absolutely. By dominating advertising, Nexon has been able to push its narrative repeatedly in the media, skewing public opinion in its favor. Even the courts, being human, are not immune to such influence. The worst part is that their false narrative undermines the actual hard work and risks involved in building and developing a real game for true fans. That's why we're committed to sticking to facts and evidence to defend our position. We are investing significant time and resources into preparing extensive documentation and responses, which unfortunately diverts our attention and manpower from development, but we'll never give up the pursuit of truth. Thank you for being honest with us. They said that this court case would not affect the development of the game, and he says it does. Finally, they admit that. I said it does before. It's obvious that it did, and I guarantee you that this $9 shit, this pay-to-win stuff that just came out, is because of the court case, and it's so sad, man. It's so sad. Pay for convenience is pay to win in a PvP game, no matter how you spin it. All right, the season pass is borderline pay to win. It's not borderline pay to win. There's no such thing as borderline pay to win in a PvP game. It's pay to win. Social side of the game, interaction with the community. Several community members have noted what they describe as unconventional communication practices between the developers and players. Where your team actively hosts Q&A sessions and maintains dialogue in the community, information has always become fragmented across different platforms. Some announced changes fail to materialize in the actual game. We are fully aware that there are limitations and issues with our current communication strategies. However, we do not invest excessive resources into improving this right now. We are still a small studio. We must focus on utilizing limited resource efficiency. That said, we do hope to improve this aspect gradually over time. We are always willing to engage with the community in better ways as our situation allows. All right, I got a big wall of text I got to read from a first-time chatter. Try Hard Live says, you don't know what a pay to win is then. I'm already working on 5th stash purchases and won't need to spend $3 a month for stash. Sorry if your level of gameplay requires it and are upset. You're all ready to quit, Sparky included. Just give up the game already and stop giving yourself aneurysms. Well, this that wall of text was a little more aggressive than I hoped it would be, and it seems a little bit pretentious. It is pay to win. There's no real like debating it. Just because something is mildly pay to win doesn't mean it's not pay to win. It's still pay to win. That's why it's called mildly pay to win. It's not what do you call it? What's that game? I don't know, any of the gacha games, obviously, right? But it does give you an advantage in the economy aspect of Dark and Darker. It is pay to win. You are getting an advantage over other players who did not pay it. And also, don't even get me started again on the market slots. I won't get into an argument about, or I won't get into an argument with you about it. It is what it is. All right, moving on. The Balladeer Troubadours program was designed as an enhanced communication channel between developers and the community. However, since its launch, no active engagement from the dev team has been observed. Participants regularly share ideas and feedback and receive no response. What do you see as this program's primary purchase? Any functional changes updates planned? Sadly, our development team does not currently have the bandwidth to fully support community management on external interaction. It's personally frustrating that we cannot yet, thank you for the 2 months Prime Morphin Pants. We cannot yet work more closely with content creators in general, generate mutual value. Our long-term goal is to create a sustainable ecosystem where both the company and content creators can thrive around Dark and Darker. But for now, due to our limited experience and small scale, we can't yet provide the level of support we wish we could. We sincerely apologize for this and thank everyone for the continued support. So, did he just say that like there's no reason to have the Balladeer and Troubadour program? I think he did. I pay to lose, so I'm still bad. I feel that. Tarkov has alpha containers. Tarkov's pay to win. Yeah, Tarkov's pay to win. This is also non-debatable. You announced the possibility of hosting the first official tournament, which sparked strong interest in the community. Players have several questions they'd like answered. What's your overall vision for the tournament? Key elements. Do we care about the tournament? Anybody care about the tournament? We'll read it real quick. Which game mode would be used? Arena, adventure, combination of both. Tentative dates to be considered the event. Would there be an evaluation of the game's state, class balance, technical issues before organizing the tournament? What rewards are you considering for tournament winners? We have explored various possibilities for tournaments internally. One exciting idea is to select the strongest players from different regions and invite them to our office in Korea. The semifinals and finals in an offline setting. Interesting. Bro, I can't even imagine playing Dark and Darker on an internal server. Can you imagine I bet the game feels great when you're not playing it with like 0.5 seconds of delay or desync, you know what I'm saying? No lag at all. I bet the game feels crazy good. However, this requires a working in-game broadcast system still further down our development roadmap. While we help to hold the first tournament before the end of 2025, we cannot make any guarantees at this point. The tournament will likely use the arena mode and focus on determining the best PvP players from around the world. That said, details are still under discussion, so nothing's finalized yet. Imagine if they invite you. They're not inviting me. Let's be real. Our community includes many talented creators eager to contribute creatively to the project's development. Have you considered organizing creative contents, videos, artwork, movies, competitions, etc.? Creating a Steam workshop for user-generated content. Do you guys remember when I was part of the art contest? I was one of the like there was like 3 streamers that we got together for a community art contest, and we all pulled some money together as a reward for artists. You guys remember that? That was a cool competition, but I wish more people had joined it. Okay, I'm getting added. Hey Sensei, people really need to chill their nuts. We could have had the Tarkov pay to win, or even worse, the Arena Breakout pay to win. This pay to win is so mild and barely affects anyone. It's just money storage. Who gives an F? It's just pay to win. Remember horse armor? I do. You once you open that door, man, the door is open forever. All right, so moving on. Blip blip. Oh yeah, we're very interested. Steam Workshop user-generated content to be shared. Long range hope to implement systems that allow player-made content to be reflected directly in the game. We believe that community's creativity and passion can enrich the world of the game. For now, however, we have too many core development tasks to address and too few hands. A small team. We must be very deliberate with our priorities. That said, our commitment to co-creating the game, the community remains strong. We hope to make it as a reality as conditions improve. Would you guys like to do another art competition? When was it? Before your time? I think so. Sounds fun as hell. If we get enough people that want to join an art competition, I'll talk to Iron Mace and see if we can get together like a reward for it. There's an issue with art competitions these days, especially with AI being so predominant. It would be tough, man, but I don't know. I'll think about it, because I do like supporting artists. I mean, everybody knows my wife is an artist, so It's good to support people. It's good to support, especially in a profession like digital artist, where it's basically impossible to get discovered. And I bet there's a lot of artists out there who have like really good art, like are really good at art, and they probably can't find a job, stuff like that. We probably run all art through AI detection software. You probably could. All right, I'll think about it. I'll think about doing another art competition. Maybe I'll talk to the other streamers. Your take. Worry about what can happen when it happens. Don't worry about shit that hasn't happened yet. I'm not. I'm just. It's pay to win. Why you? The game in its current state isn't new player friendly enough to address this. The Knights program is introduced to help newcomers learn the ropes. While the program shows positive results, its reach remains limited. There simply aren't enough Knights to assist everyone in need. This raises a few questions. Do you plan to improve the new player experience? What specific changes to be considered? How do you evaluate Knights program's effectiveness? And what are its development prospects and plans for supporting current participants? To improve experience for new players, we are currently working on a tutorial system and early dungeon content. Our goal is to help new players better understand what to do upon entering the game, ease them into the world of Dark and Darker. Upcoming adventure PvE mode is also intended to be a safer environment for beginners to learn dungeon life and gradually improve their survival skills. Ultimately, we hope these additions will help players stay immersed in the game for the long term. So this is upcoming adventure mode. So this Q&A was made before the wipe came out. They had always planned on putting this out. This wasn't a response to like the bad reviews, right? So it looks like he's going to answer the next 3 questions in this response here, I assume, or he just missed them. What group size do you focus on when balancing gameplay, solo, duo, trio? You mentioned collecting in-game statistics, battle classes, perks, etc. Multiple occasions. Do you plan to make this data publicly available to the community? What factors weigh most heavily in your game balance decisions? Statistical data, developer intuition, community feedback. Our primary balance reference is Trio, High Roller, and Trio Arena. More recently, we've also started taking solo play into account. However, we said before, balancing solo play in a class-based system that combines gear and abilities is extremely challenging. We are working to prevent specific classes or styles from becoming too dominant rather than trying to achieve perfect solo balance. While we do collect comprehensive internal statistics, it isn't easy for us to publish them. That said, like during previous alpha playtests, we considered sharing simple summaries of seasonal wipe data in a fun way for the community. However, because the data is vast, we still need to determine how to present it efficiently in a way that doesn't require too much developmental effort. When it comes to balance, we consider the current in-game situation above all else. We take into account data, personal game experience, and community player feedback to make our final decisions. No single factor drives our choices. We always approach balancing thoughtfully from multiple. So we didn't really get a response there, but they did say they balanced this game around Trios High Roller and Trios Arena. Paid $12 to play as Dark Elf to the detriment of my class because of skin stats. People will definitely pay for something useful. Yeah, for sure. Free patch found 6 Garfangs back to back. That's crazy. Side note, if I don't have time to link my account before it drops, can I still watch the crew drops and link my account after to get them? I actually don't know. In-game customization. Many players want to financially support your project, but the lack of meaningful customization options combined with extreme high prices prevents them from doing so. Are you planning to implement a battle pass system? Or similar alternative? Expand character customization options, armor systems, weapon skins, shields, etc. Reduce just prices for in-game currency, improve existing skins. We are planning to introduce a system similar to Battle Pass, which we internally refer to as the progression system. Okay, we don't have that yet. Rather than just seasonal reward structure, this system is expected to unify several growth and reward mechanisms currently in use or planned, such as triumph levels, adventure ranks, and rewards token systems. While the specific, damn, I've been talking too much, man. I got lightheaded. While specifics are still being finalized, our aim is to offer players a long-term progression path that keeps them engaged and motivated. As for character customization, we continue to approach this carefully due to visibility concerns. However, we do believe in the need for more customization options in the long term. We have already been experimenting in various ways, such as with the Warden Shield. Regarding in-game currency. Oh, you guys can't see it, hold on. If by this you mean alternative goal, we currently decide on this dynamically based on the game's economic state and balance. It's not a fixed system when we adjust as needed. Lastly, we occasionally consider improving the quality of existing skins. Not something we do often, we only prioritize it when it's truly necessary. Can we buff Lizard Man, please? Herodian, I sincerely appreciate your insightful questions and your continued support. So, we're gonna go over to look at why a lot of things are really upsetting about like the new pay to win stuff. So there's a few pictures here. I'm trying to find the first one. So these are from SDF in the Discord, and this is kind of funny because if you look, the first picture is 2022, 2023, 2024, And there's another one, 2024 here. These are both on the same day. We'll just go backwards. So SDF basically says, last year, seems to be a misunderstanding about pay to win. This is about the skins, right? The cat skins, because everybody said they were like pay to win. Don't worry about too much. Anyways, I'm not the kind of player. I don't understand why they enjoy it. But I don't deny that those people in games exist. I don't want to badmouth them. Maybe I'm just pretending to be too good. Haha, sweat emoji. Don't worry, this won't happen in our game. If something like pay to win happens in this game, criticize us harshly. We will definitely listen to the players. And then in the same day, this is why we haven't removed the ability of the race that carries the risk of pay to win. We will test on short races by experimenting with goblins first by going to before going to dwarves. So we're getting goblins before dwarves. We'll also continue to be vigilant and correct mistakes if we make them in the future. For your information, I'm not saying pay to win is bad. Games like that exist and are fun in their own way. I'm just saying that I know full well that that's not what you can expect from this game. Skins never should have had stats to begin with. True. Correct. I agree. And then in 2023, game sales alone can't cover the cost of running servers on an ongoing basis. We need to generate revenue at a level acceptable to our players. This is absolutely no pay to win. This is like about cosmetics. Thank you for the subs, Guy Ninjas. And then in 2022, there was a very clear statement from SDF. We don't play pay to win games. It won't go in that direction. And then someone linked me this. This is the Dark and Darker page. Iron Mace about us. We are a merry band of veteran game developers disillusioned by the exploitative and greedy practices we once helped create. But you can't see it. My head's in the way. We've seen firsthand how corporate game companies sell their soul for the easy payday. We are disappointed to see them doubling down on more and more exploitative practices, becoming more like casinos instead of bringing joy to gamers. Let me see if I can get this off my head. Not really. I'm just going to read it to you guys. We're fighting back to win the hearts of gamers around the world. We believe that by creating games with soul and by respecting our users, we can usher in a renaissance of awesome video games direct from Korea. All these messages seem to run counter to what's been going on. Damn it. Okay. Now that we've gotten through all the messaging, bro. Really? That's crazy. SDF solo cleric made. He was druid and then he changed to he was druid and then he changed to he said he's gonna play fighter this way. What was the one game the person was excited about? I forget what it was. There's a currency in a game, there's a way to pay to win. So I noticed that you can't buy it with red shards. You can't buy the pay to win seasonal pack with red shards. Clown emoji has lost numbers. Thank you for the prime, Rednaz. Happy to see you online. I love your YouTube shorts and videos, especially the longsword parries. Thank you. Roma Tower. Yeah, what are we gonna do until the game comes up? This is gonna be a what do you call it? A Hello Kitty Island Adventure streamer. What's here? Let me read some more comments on the thing now that we have more. Take a break. All hell's break loose. Rip. All right. Makes sense why they made a gold bag only 4 pouches. Sucks that it's confirmed market is coming back with this bundle. I wanted SSF season. Yeah, God, that's so disappointing, man. We had SSF for 1 day before you could pay to get around the limitations of SSF. SSF stands for Soul is Self-Found. Options to make cosmetic pass for 5 to 10 have 1 to 5 themed items working like a bluestone system to be distributed throughout the season, white by playing instead of just adding perks and additional market spots. Top market players are going to get even further ahead by paying real money. The market thing is pretty atrocious. How much gold you have equals how good the kits you can make. Not direct, but this makes the game even easier for you and makes you stronger, correct? Too much isn't necessarily pay to win. I won't die to someone because they bought it, but I think it's a step in the wrong direction, especially how good they were doing during the wipe. Imagine after 2 weeks when market comes up and you get run over by a dude with plus all attributes, plus movement speed on every single piece. There's nothing you can do about it because he just runs your ass over. Are you going to feel the same way? Like Tarkal level early, you have advantage, some item head start, nothing scary. Okay, here's one of those like I'm right and everybody that doesn't agree with me is an idiot responses. We love reading these on YouTube. I'm convinced people who think it's pay to win are children or man children, because apparently there's 2 types of children. The game should have been doing this just like every other live service game. Incentives aren't giving advantage in dungeons, just QL shit. They need more of this and more skins to keep the game afloat, especially if the community just shits on them 24/7. What do you have to do to receive Twitch drops? I'll read it off in a second. Coin bags equals pay to win. If you guys ever played an MMO, I will be buying the DLC. Make more. The only people who are mad are broke. Only people that are mad are broke. It's always interesting to read the arguments that boil down to if you don't agree with me, you are this. It's a logical fallacy that like comes into like arguments, and as soon as you make it, you're basically removing yourself from any sort of like real conversation about the topic, right? As soon as you belittle the people that disagree with you, there's no reason to have a conversation about it. They already added $30 of skins this wipe. Nice. Definitely paying pay to win. You're paying for advantage over other people don't pay. People with DLC will be able to get back into raids quicker, extra storage. Yep. Pay to win. Why even have Troll when he's one of the easiest boss in the game and not hard to farm pelts? It's taking the looting just the main point of the game now. Because of this. Yeah, you are removing a big looting portion of the game for sure. One pig said unique can give +4 to +8 all stats, which sounds nuts. I've seen +4 on unique items, yes. All right, hold on. Let me pop over to Discord and see if they did they explain how the drops work? I think it was in community announcements, right? Which drops? Here we go. Let me turn off my music, or you know what? Let's mute this because last time I played a Dark and Darker trailer on stream, I got demonetized. It was copyrighted music, so makes sense why they made season rewards 1 per account. So we have the Enchanted Campfire, April 12th through 13th. That's the one that's today. Looks cool, kind of was wild. Breathe Fire emote, April 14th through 15th. The Bounty Inspection emote, April 16th through 17th. I think this emote's actually pretty funny. Levitate Resting emote, April 18th through 19th. So every 2 days you get a new drop. Hungering Flame Lantern, April 20 through 21. Playing Cards Lobby emote, April 22 through 23. All right, Twitch drop rewards, April 12th through 23rd. Each drop lasts 48 hours starting at 12 a.m. UTC. Don't miss out.